Hello? Hey, Brenda, listen, it's Brian. I was wondering, if you're free on Friday night, would you like to go out for a burrito and possibly to make out? Yes, I would love to. Sweet, I'll see you then. Okay, bye. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Well, freaking done. Little knuckle bump for you for being so damn awesome and getting a date. Whether or not it's a first date, a second date, or a 37th date, before you go, you gotta make sure you do a few things that your boys haven't told you to do, but I will because I'm awesome. So if you're ready, gentlemen, to knock it out of the dating park and increase the chance of you getting action, why don't you drop me one of these? All right, so the first step and thing that she wants you to do is ask. Ask her ass out on a date. One of the things that guys get weird about is like, oh God, what if I get rejected? Gentlemen, the truth is rejection only stings for a second, but regret, that lasts a lifetime. Do not let your boy Brian ask out the girl that you should be getting freaky with. You gotta ask. That's step number one. I'm assuming you already did that. Well done. Now move on to two. The plan. You need to make a plan. It doesn't have to be something big or fancy, but you just gotta make a plan. Whether or not it's going to grab a slice of pizza and then a beer, or you're going for a walk in a park, maybe a flea market, a festival, it doesn't matter. Make a plan and let her know what to wear. You gotta let her know what to expect in terms of her dress, because if you don't, she's just gonna show up in her cutest, sassiest peep-toe pumps, which may not be appropriate for walking around for a long time. Just let her know. Say something like, hey, we're gonna be outside, make sure to wear comfortable shoes, or it's gonna be a little bit chilly, so bring a light jacket, or dress like a sex kitten. Which brings us to you. What you're wearing, you sloppy ass son of a I'm kidding. You're stylish, right? Not over the top, not too crazy. You're dressed well, with intention, with purpose, all right? Now, what I would recommend, if you're going on a date and you can afford it, go shopping, because when you buy a new shirt or a new pair of shoes or even a new pair of jeans that make your booty banging, right? You feel good. You know that you look good. When you know that you look good, you feel good. It's confidence from the inside out. But you also need to consider what she normally sees you wearing, because if you're really wanting to take it to that next level and make her be like, damn, you look even sexier than I realized, if you're normally in a suit or you're normally in chinos, if you're wearing a pair of badass denim or you're wearing something more casual, it's going to let her know not only do you look good dressed up, but you also look good and sexy when you can dress down. Speaking of downtown, we got to talk about Al. Let the tiger out of the jungle, baby. Gentlemen, you gotta trim the monster man bush, right? If you're rocking something big and fuzzy down your pants, it's gonna do a few things. Number one, it's gonna make Al look little and itty bitty as opposed to bang, what he normally is. Or even if he's modest, it's gonna make him look a lot bigger. You also, if you're rocking a big monster man bush, are gonna stink because the excess hair traps odor, it's hot, it's dark, it's damp, musky nuts occur. Unless, of course, you do the next thing that she wants you to do, which is powder your balls. Take your hand, stick it down your pants and drag it up between like the boys and your leg, right? And give it a sniff. How does it smell? If the answer is fresh as hell, then you are probably already rocking the Pete and Pedro powder. But if the answer is, I'm not really sure, Alpha, right? You gotta just ask yourself the question, would you be cool going down on you? Not that you like are into that, but if you were, would you? If the answer is, I don't know, well, guess what? She doesn't want to go down on Al either. Real talk. If you want to make sure that Big Al and the boys smell amazing, you gotta do one simple thing. After the shower, you hit it with a little Pete and Pedro powder, right? Every day, every single one of you down there. Also, make sure to give a little up the booty crack, because it's also going to help eliminate swamp ass and sweaty butt crack. Now, the one thing you need to understand is that all powders were definitely not created equal. One was created the best, it's this one. Everything else, most things I should say, were talc based. Talc powder is not good. Not only is it not healthy, it has been shown to actually cause cancer. It turns into a milky, sweaty, milky mess down your pants. Let me show you. These glasses of water represent your sweaty balls. On one side, you've got talc-based powders, the other Pete and Pedro. When you add talc-based powder to your sweaty balls, mix it up, what you're left with is a pasty, chalky mess in your pants. When you add your Pete and Pedro powder to your sweaty balls, mix it up, what you're left with is powder. Nothing but powder. The choice is yours, gentlemen. A white, talky, milky mess in your pants or Pete and Pedro powder. If you're ready to finally do what she wants you to do and have fresh, friction-free, smelling amazing testicles, hit the link down below and check out the Pete and Pedro powder. We got 3 different options. We've got fresh, we've got unscented, and we've got frost, which is a cooling, tingling, I'm talking, yeah, it's pretty cold and intense, but if you're into that, gentlemen, you're gonna love it. Guys, what she's gonna love is the fact that you finally smell incredible, and she is going to appreciate going downtown to visit Al. What you are hopefully going to appreciate are the reviews. Hit the link and read them. They are amazing. It's not just my opinion. Everybody's balls agree that our powder is the best. There's also going to be a limited time discount code. Make sure to use it or lose it, but what I want you to do is powder your balls. All right, so your balls are clean, smelling amazing. Now let's talk about your bedroom. Is it clean? Have you recently changed the sheets? I'm not saying or presuming, or assuming I should say, that you're going to get action, but if you do everything right, chances are you're going to be getting frisky with that spicy senorita. So you got to make sure that your bed doesn't smell like a turd or a fart. And so change your sheets. Also clean up, right? Vacuum. There's little vacuum marks in carpets, right? Devastating in terms of a crippling seduction move. I'm telling you, lets the person know, hey, he cared enough to actually clean up and get ready for me coming over. And so definitely put those little vacuum lines in the carpet. Your toilet is probably a hot mess. Wipe it off, right? Make sure there's no dribble down the front, dribble on the floor, and make sure that your bathroom is stocked with the essentials. Wet wipes, gentlemen. Every dude needs to start using wet wipes in order for his ass not to be disgusting and a hot mess. These things, game changer in terms of odor, in terms of cleanliness, in terms of you not being a savage. Also, the deuce. Every single dude needs a bottle of the deuce in his bathroom. Just think about it. You're going to be a little bit nervous, right? She's back at your place. You just had a burrito, right? Oh, God. The moment strikes, what are you going to do? You're going to be like, I'm going to hold it, right? And then you're going to be miserable and uncomfortable all night, or you're going to go drop it, and then the odor is going to waft out and totally kill the mood, or are you going to be ready for action with the deuce, right? A few sprays of this in the toilet, sit down, drop it like it's hot. And it smells amazing, like literally amazing, like lemons. This stuff is a total must-have in dating game changer. Guys, if you don't have a bottle of the deuce in your bathroom, you are totally missing out and literally smell like shit. And once your place is straight, we got to talk about your car, your ride, your transportation. Number one, do you have some? If the answer is yes, make sure it's clean. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be super nice, but a clean car, something that is washed and doesn't smell. It smells like ass. Gentlemen, nobody wants to get into a car that smells like ass or has little like pieces of like fries and like bottles and like crap everywhere. Definitely not. It's totally going to kill the mood and it's a total turnoff. And so make sure it's clean and smells amazing. Speaking of smelling amazing, gentlemen, before you go out, you also want to make sure that you smell incredible, all right? What I recommend is invest in a signature scent. All right, now, if you're like, yo, Alpha, which one do you wear? I used to wear Creed Aventus, right? The problem with this is that it's like $350, but I would always get compliments on it, which is why when I decided to actually develop a fragrance, that was going to ultimately be the inspiration. Rebel is not a clone or a copy, but it is highly inspired by Creed Aventus. If you like this, you're going to love this because this is $350 and this is under 50. Protection, gentlemen. Are you ready for getting action? If the answer is I don't have any condoms, then the answer is no. You should not be getting any action because if you're not protected, you are potentially risking getting her pregnant or you getting an STD. And so you got to make sure you are ready. Do not keep condoms in a hot car. It will degrade the latex. It's not a good move. Also, keeping a condom like in your wallet for a long time, also not good because if you're sitting on it, it can potentially damage a condom. And so what I'd recommend is take a condom or two and put them in your sock for the evening. If you need them, great. If you don't, no big deal. Something else you need to keep is some cash on you, all right? Even if you've got a card, if you're going to some place and you're driving and they have a valet, you got to make sure you've got about $5 in order to tip them. Now, let's talk about whether or not to pay. Yes, you need to pay if you are the one asking her out, all right? Now, if you're like, yo, I don't have any money, then get a job and save up and then ask her out. Or do something that doesn't require any money, right? Like going to a park or, you know, just walking around, right? A few dollars for a cup of coffee and you guys could have an incredible date. But does this mean that you always need to pay? The answer is no, of course not, right? If she's got a job, you've got a job, and you start dating and you guys want to split or alternate, like you pay one time, she pays the other, no big deal. But that first date, that second date, if you're asking him out, you should be paying. A few other things that you need to do in order to knock it out of the dating park, gentlemen. Number one is be on time. Do not be late. Now, chances are she's probably going to be late because a lot of women are always a little bit late. And why? Well, because they're trying to get sassy and beautiful for you. But you be on time because it shows dignity, it shows respect, it shows that you're excited and interested in taking her out and you're a gentleman. You also need to open the door when she arrives, right? The car door. Let her get in. Make sure she's all in. Don't just get eager and slam it like I did. I broke a girl's hand because it was up here. Anyway, I still made out with her, so it was a good date, but I broke her hand. Something else that gentlemen do is put their phone on silent and put it away. You having your phone out on the table, it's tempting, right? It lights up, you look, nah. Gentlemen, you're on a date, you need to be focused right here. You're locked, you're loaded, you're engaged, and you are having and carrying an incredible conversation. When the bill comes, boom, you pay, you go do your thing. Something you don't do is force her to do anything she's not ready to do. Never force, never pressure, never engage if she's not really feeling it, gentlemen. All right? And the truth is, I want you to be a gentleman. I want you to take it slow. There's no need to hop in bed on that first date, that second date, that third date. Get to know somebody. Because I tell you from experience that when you have relations with somebody that you're actually connected to on more than just a physical level, it is so much better.